I forgot to hit the record button. Hey Moglets, we just got him to level 80. We got his light cone to level 80. We need to do a little bit of farming for Ascension Material and XP books. Nothing else so far, but his core stuff is now done, light cone and level. Traces, of course, is going to require a lot more farming. And I know I usually wait a little bit longer to do the God mode, but I just couldn't wait. I was really excited to do it. So here we are. Yes, the Ember store has refreshed now, so we can grab, of course, the important stuff first. And then we can get some lifeless blades here. We'll also need a ton of this stuff. I think the only thing we can do is material exchange. Do a little bit of this. I know it's kind of a waste, but I don't feel like going around farming 100 enemies right now. There we go. Maybe 43 is enough. Most importantly, I think, is definitely his basic attack. By far, actually. Got like 16 extra purples from the shop, which is cool. There we go. Basic is maxed. And from 4 to 6, his 3 skill point attack went from 400 to 500% multiplier. Pretty insane. Also, his bonus ability up here, we gotta get that. I do want the crit rate and imaginary damage bonus, but Jesus Christ, we're gonna be farming for a while. Any purples? 1 purple. All right. 2 purples. None. 2. So 240 TP later, we have 17 purples, which isn't actually enough to even get this stuff up here because we got to get the HP first. Here goes another 240. 1 perp, none, and 1 perp. We didn't have quite as good luck, and now we have 15 purples. We can get the crit rate. Let's enhance his talent and skill. I typically want the important stuff at 8, and I think everything is actually important. So I did start on the event, and we can get a few from here, which is cool. I think it would take less time just to farm. Next level of Nameless Glory also gives me something. Let's do an Echo of War real quick. That gets us this and 8 of those. 5 more purples, enough to get his skill up to 8. Even so, we need 12 more purples. Let's see if that's enough. 2 purples, none. Oh, let's go. 3 purples. Maybe it really is enough. 15? I think we're good. Oh no, we ran out of this stuff. Just did some more exchanges. We should definitely have enough now. There's ultimate to 8. But yeah, not quite totally maxed, but I think that's much better than it was before anyway. As for relics, I haven't really done anything. The one thing I was planning on doing now that he's at 76 crit rate is definitely swapping back to a crit damage body here. Unfortunately, I still don't have any good ones. I've been looking around trying to make his build better, but at the end of the day, the only thing I could really do is replace his crit rate with a crit damage now that we get crit damage elsewhere. 46 crit rate generally isn't enough, but with Bronya increasing the crit rate for our basic attacks to 100%, no, it doesn't. I don't know how it took me this long to realize that this is only for Bronya's basic attack, not everyone in the team. I usually test stuff like this, but I kind of just assumed it wouldn't only be for her because it's useless then. Bronya almost never does basic attack. The showcase is fully edited, about to go up. I held this assumption until right now, as I was just combing through the last time, and the thought occurred to me, I mean, the text there just says it increases the crit rate of basic attacks. Nowhere does it imply that this is for the whole team. Oh boy, I'm sure a lot of you tried to tell me that. Now I know, I guess. And yeah, during the showcase, there were some pretty wild variations, and I'm like, oh, he must have had a stack. No, he was actually just criticaling sometimes. I mean, yeah, he has under 50% crit rate. With that in mind, I'm going to resume the showcase, but yeah, we don't have guaranteed crits on our basic. So the first thing I want to do is just a direct comparison with the same exact team, see how much stronger he is now versus the raising mode Don. For reference, the max we ever saw from him was 80k here. Hoping to break some 100ks. I am actually kind of expecting a little more than that, but we'll see. We are going to just enhance once to start without really any buffs there, 10k. Which isn't really more than before, but now we're going to support Dan, go ahead and do Bronya ultimate, do an AoE def down on everyone here. Let's start with Don's ultimate here. That was a 50k. And now I guess we're gonna go ahead and triple enhance, see what this does. Ta-da. Dude, he's actually twice as strong as he was, or almost. I think the first one we did was like maybe a 75 or 77 or something, so it's almost actually twice as much. We'll see if it changes as we go on the battle. I know there's like a bunch of like weird stacking stuff all the time, so. Also, they should have imaginary weakness like this guy has to get that extra 25 crit damage. But let's go ahead and see here. Yeah, that one was a little bit less impressive, but still 116, dude. Yeah, unfortunately, none of these guys have imaginary weakness, but let's see if we can kill them anyway. Still 106. That is wild. Okay. I still think I would generally rather have Silverwolf than Pela, because even more than before, it's important that they have imaginary weakness on them. So again, this Forgotten Hall favors dot teams. We're not going to take dot teams because I don't want to. But that means it's going to be quite a bit harder. My first team here is unfortunately not going to be that strong, but I'm going to take Gepard and Bailu because I mainly just want them to survive. And then I'm just hoping my second team can just slam through Kafka. Well, the first phase actually didn't go too bad. We only needed 8 cycles because it was definitely more of a safe team. But now I guess we're fighting the real boss, Kafka here. One thing I'm having a hard time understanding is his Righteous Heart stacks, because apparently he gets them after his attack, but they only last until the end of his turn. He does get these stacks during the attack, so higher hit skills do progressively more damage, but the stacks are still immediately lost after the attack or his turn ends. The 3 stacks from Ultimate can be used for his next turn, and while I don't think I showed this directly in the video, he is still at E0, but E1 really helps with the stacks. He gets 2 stacks instead of 1 per hit, so those final few attacks on a maxed out basic are gonna be basically full stacks, and it's going to be quite a bit stronger. I usually don't get more than E0 for 5 stars, but kind of tempted, to be honest. That should be decent. Yeah, almost 100k. Nice, 120k. Well, we've made it to Kafka. I kind of want to dispel this weird confusion stuff from our Silverwolf. These dudes are doing way too much damage. Oh my god. They're always ganging up on Silverwolf. Leave her alone, though. Somewhere along the way, the speed got messed up, and now it's whatever. 73k there. And we did it with 6 extra cycles here. I'll be honest, considering what we were doing on the raising mode, I thought he would be stronger than he is now. I guess while we're cleaning up 7 here, we can see what they're doing on auto, see if at least my decisions during manual play were better. Oh! No! Yeah, no, I can't play on auto. Yeah, whoa, dude, 170? Okay, I've never seen that much before, jeez. Something weird must have happened there. But all right, there was Forgotten Hall. I did do a Sim Universe run with him the other day, and honestly, I have no idea which path to even choose for him, because obviously my typical Elation path won't do much for him. He doesn't really do follow-up attacks. Destruction path would probably be okay, but it's like more of a bruiser path. The one I did try was Hunt, which was fine, but it was nothing insane, you know? So I think generally for something like Simulated Universe, I would continue going with like Jingyuan for his follow-up attacks, or even Blade, or Kafka for the dot path. I think Nihility. Maybe they'll eventually release a path for basic attack damage dealers, and then he'd be also insane for this. I mean, of course, like Preservation Path and taking Gepard, that's just like generally good when you don't have a specific like Elation or Nihility character, I guess. But yes, overall, amazing character. As far as autoing with him is concerned, I have been messing around with stuff a little bit. We are going to try Yukong in our team, and I recently just raised Planetary Rendezvous finally. I originally raised this for Tingyun for the Jingyuan team, but I think it could be good for Yukong Dawn team as well. They both share the same element and increases damage by 24%. I also figured out Pela is just really nice. The one issue I have on auto with her is that she's always doing her skill, essentially wasting a skill point because I don't really care about her skill. I'd rather her do her basic and actually get a skill point instead of using one. I really only just want her to do her burst. Even so, I do want to raise Pela to at least 70, so kind of a halfway impromptu Pela raised. But of course it does still relate to Dawn. I want to do this farming sort of stuff on auto just so we can see what's going on. I think I did speed tune decently well here, so, you know, Yukong, then Dawn. And actually Yukong is probably way too skill hungry in this team. I mean, I did just see a 117k there, so that's pretty decent. Well, that was very fast. Unfortunately, Yukong did her burst right there at the end, so that was kind of a waste. We can't even enhance once. She's way too skill hungry, but that is kind of a shame. I want to do one non-auto battle and just, nope. In this team, how I use it, it doesn't work anyway, because Dawn does basic, Bronya supports him to bring him back to the front, but then by that time, Yukong's 2 skills are gone. So if Yukong were C6, it would work out, but she's still not. Did not have very good luck on the banner. But maybe one more reason to try and get E1 Dawn, we could get, you know, maybe E6 Yukong finally. We actually ran out of credits a little bit earlier and had to go buy the 800k from the shop. Man, that's expensive. And now we don't have enough XP bucks. Well, I think it's time for me to take a break from raising characters for a little bit and just focus on getting all this stuff back up. And our Pela is not very well geared either. But I mean, she does the job, I guess. I just wish she wouldn't use her skill ever. There should be like a toggle for that per character. That'd be nice. Like on auto, just tell them to not do their skill ever. She is E6, but most of her constellations don't do much to help support. They're all pretty selfish constellations, helping her deal more damage, or I guess a speed increase here at E2. So I don't think those 7 levels are going to do that much for our Pela, but let's wrap up the showcase with an auto battle versus Divine Seed. Putting Pela back in there, I mean, the boss is summoning all those flowers all the time, so, you know, a little bit of AoE def down wouldn't hurt. There she goes again. Ooh, a 136 there. Very, very nice. Just used my last skill point, thanks Pela. I mean, going on a final phase here, it's actually going pretty fast. Pela must not need very much energy for her burst though. Damn, there was a 176 and the battle's over. But yeah, actually, he works fine for farming stuff on auto. I mean, obviously for the super hard stuff like Forgotten Hall, you don't want to auto anyway, I guess. But yeah, I suppose that'll do it. It does definitely feel like he is my strongest character now. Outside of Sim Universe, I'm not used to seeing numbers like those. But yeah, tell me what you think about Dawn or the video in the comments down below. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.